the cursed prince and the evil sorcerer. The wind howled through the cursed forest as King Vikramaditya marched forward, his sword shining under the moonlight. He stopped beneath the ancient banyan tree and spoke firmly, his voice filled with impatience. "Enough of your tricks, Betal. Come with me now, or I will cut you down from this tree." A cold laugh echoed through the night as Betal's glowing eyes snapped open. He swung from the branch, grinning mischievously. "You never give up, do you, O king?" Betal said mockingly. "Once again, you have come to capture me, but why do you chase me, knowing this journey may lead to your doom?" Vikramaditya tightened his grip on his sword. "I made a promise, Betal. No matter what happens, I will not return empty-handed." Betal sighed, shaking his head. "A king so stubborn. Very well, you leave me no choice." With a gust of wind, Betal floated down from the tree and landed on Vikram's shoulder. "But listen carefully, O king. The night is long, and I have a tale to tell, but if you utter a single word on this journey, and I shall return to my tree again." And so their journey began once more, disappearing into the darkness of the forest. The night was draped in darkness, the branches of the forest swaying gently in the cold wind, as if whispering a forbidden chant. Somewhere in the distance, an owl hooted, and the eerie laughter of jackals echoed. King Vikramaditya, with Betal on his shoulder, walked steadily forward when Betal suddenly smirked. "King Vikram, have you ever heard the tale of a prince who did not die, but was trapped in a fate worse than death?" Vikram tightened his grip but remained silent. Betal's voice grew colder as he began his story. "Hundreds of years ago, there was a great prince in the kingdom of Chandragahana, Aryamitra. He was fearless, just, and kind-hearted. But in his kingdom lived a sorcerer, Varunashur. He was no ordinary sorcerer. He worshipped the dark gods and performed human sacrifices to increase his power. When Prince Aryamitra discovered this, he imprisoned Varunashur in the dungeons of the palace, sentencing him to death. But before dying, the sorcerer cursed him. "Prince Aryamitra, I shall not grant you the mercy of death. I shall give you a fate far worse. The night you marry, your soul shall be bound to this world. You shall live, but none shall recognize you. To those who love you, your face shall appear monstrous." The prince dismissed this as the ramblings of a madman and had the sorcerer executed. But the prophecy came true. Aryamitra was wed to a beautiful princess, Vasanti. The kingdom was filled with celebration. But as the night fell and the prince approached his bride, she let out a blood-curdling scream. "Who are you, demon?" she cried, trembling in fear. Aryamitra was shocked. He turned to look at himself in the mirror and staggered back in horror. His face had become deformed and ghastly. His skin was cracked and rotting. His eyes were black voids, and his mouth resembled that of a monstrous beast. He rushed to his parents, seeking help, but they too could not recognize him. The guards of the palace mistook him for a demon and attacked him. The curse had taken full effect. The prince fled the palace, wandering the forests for years. He discovered a terrible truth. The sorcerer was not entirely dead. His spirit still lingered in an ancient temple deep in the jungle, and until he found peace, the curse would never be lifted. Desperate, Aryamitra sought out Varuneshwar's spirit and begged him to lift the curse. But the sorcerer's ghost only laughed. "Your curse shall only break under one condition, if someone loves you without ever seeing your face." This was impossible. People fled at the mere sound of his voice. Years later, one night, a blind girl lost her way in the jungle. Hearing her cries, Aryamitra approached, and for the first time told someone his tale. The girl softly said, "I will stay with you, for I have heard your heart, not seen your face." The moment she uttered these words, a bright light filled the air, and the curse was broken. But Varunasha's spirit was not ready to rest. He emerged, engulfed in flames, laughing maniacally. "The curse is broken, Prince, but you shall not live to see it." With his final strike, the sorcerer's spirit burned Aryamitra's body to ashes. His soul was freed, but his mortal form was lost forever. The blind girl wept, but there was nothing left to save. Betal's voice echoed in Vikram's ears. "Tell me, King Vikram, could the prince have been saved from his fate?" Vikram took a deep breath and answered, "Yes. If the prince had tested his kingdom for true love, perhaps he would have found someone who loved him without seeing his face. He should have heeded Varunasha's words and searched for this solution instead of wandering aimlessly in despair. Love could have saved him, but he realized it too late." The moment Vikram spoke, Betal burst into laughter. "Ha ha! I told you, O king. You cannot stay silent." And with that, Betal vanished into the air, flying back to his ancient tree. Vikram sighed and turned back toward the tree, where Betal was once again hanging, waiting. The night was far from over, and this game was not yet finished.